The last race of a compelling first season of the Dodge Viper Cup is complete. The field making its way back into the pit and paddock and victory circle. And that means Tom Natchew has made his way down there, and I think his eyes are on a chat first and foremost with our new champion. Tom?
Well, Ryan, the whole thing got wrapped up yesterday, but today you were racing like you were still in it for the championship.
Yeah, I wanted to finish up strong for our team and just finish up strong in front of this great crowd here today, this great facility. I couldn't ask for more. I got to thank my team, Motul, American Racing Technology, Whitehead Motorsports. My team's been awesome this whole week and this whole season. I can't thank them enough. It's been great.
It really has been great. There's not too many guys with the temerity to pass this gentleman right here.
Wow, we had a really great race today. I was trying to hang back and let you and Tanner have a good battle, hoping somebody would make a mistake that I could capitalize on. And man, it came at the very end, so I lucked out in that respect, but great race. Yeah.
Let's talk about that dive bomb that you made.
I couldn't see. The Hans works pretty well, so you can't turn it, but it was awesome. I knew he was going to be a good driver. And I thank all the sponsors, Mopar and especially Michelin. They did a great job supporting us all season, so thank you.
Ryan Shims is your new Viper Cup champion. Well, gentlemen, just about the only production car in the street that's going to beat a Dodge Viper is another Dodge Viper, and that's the way it worked out in the start of this race.
Yeah, that was a blast. I can't believe how well these things hold up. You just beat the tar out of them for, I don't know, what was that, 25 minutes, and they're the same the last lap as they were the first, so it's pretty impressive stuff.
You had an opportunity to get him on the start there, but you certainly dogged him all the way through the race.
I'm going to use a professional excuse. I was on the dirty side of the track. It was a lot of fun. He took off like a rocket. It was awesome.
The 67 car wins a championship, and it's also good to see him playing into the very last race of the year, and you were a big part of that one too.
Yeah, the pleasure of this whole thing was the gentlemanly racing. These guys are pros, and they give you room. It's awesome. It's a pleasure.
Tanner, this is the first time we've ever had a guest driver come in here and win it. How are you feeling about that?
It's cool. I mean, there's yesterday's race was a little bit more, going on around the rest of the track, kind of, and today was just real clean, straightforward racing, and I mean, I'm pretty blown away by the cars. I've driven the Vipers before, but never driven them with slicks, and you really get the whole potential out of the car, I think, when you put on a sticky tire like that, and it's pretty awesome to come out here and run, and the competition level is great. I mean, Ryan winning the championship, wrapping it up yesterday, and I mean, it's a heated battle out there. It's a lot of fun.
Well, we've got two great podiums to look at. There's the champion podium, Shims, Keating, and Verges. And then, of course, the podium from round 10 itself, an equally worthy one, with Tanner Faust doing the job right there over Shims and Ralph Gilles. But you know what? As we watch the celebration, we want to take a look back at some of the exceptional moments of this first ever season of Dodge Viper Cup competition. They were legion. It all started at VIR in round 1. And here, Ryan Shims, who started dead last after a post-qualifying tech infraction, passes Verges for third. That's the kind of drive that takes you to the championship. Ben Keating got the win, however. Now we go to VIR's round 2, and Shims starts on pole, leads all the way to the checker, but these drivers, close quarters racing, exceptional stuff. Verges and Keating in the guest driver program, Sean Bailey and Larry Chance, a great battle, showing its worth as well, with a great battle for fourth.
Onto the track at Hallett, Oklahoma, and this set the tone for the weekend. Connie Bogan side by side with newcomer A.J. Morgan, and it was hot all over the circuit, especially temperature-wise. Here's an idea of what went on in the first of the two rounds there. It's Verges going around the number 33 car of Ben Keating, and guest driver Richie Hearn takes advantage of that as well. Gives you an idea of how hot it was in the cockpits, 158 degrees, and Ryan Shims gets his second win of the season. In round number 2, the action was just as hot as you see Ben Keating go flying off at turn number 1. Verges continues. Here's a shot from A.J. Morgan's car, including yesterday's winner, Ryan Shims. At the end of the day, Richie Hearn, the guest driver, won. Then it was Ryan Shims in third.
Rounds 5 and 6 took us to the Pocono Mountains and the Tricky Triangle for Ryan Shims, his first bobble of the season, a big off. Watch here, right there, got collected by Jim Stout. NHRA drag racing star Alan Johnson negotiated through. Eric Galerin loving the high banks, gassing it right by a wounded Ryan Shims. Galerin on his way to his best finish of the season there as well, up on the high banks. Bucky Lasik, skateboarder extraordinaire, little bit of an issue in the same turn. That caught out Shims and almost catches Shims again. Then he just nudges the barrier, got away with that one. But at the end of the day, as the yellow flag flew, Ben Keating having a big moment as well, running a little wide, and down and underneath goes Keith Verges. And look at Shims fighting back, but for Verges, this was going to be his day. Up onto the banking, takes the checkered flag over Keating with Ryan Shims, another podium. Then we move on to round number 6. Ben Keating and Keith Verges at war once again on that high banking, cars darting around, all 650 horsepower to good use. Bucky Lasik feeling it, makes the move, steals the last podium spot from Shims on the final lap. The only time all year Shims would finish off the podium, and Bucky Lasik doing a great job, but Ben Keating getting his second win of the season. Verges another podium.
On to Miller Motorsports Park using the East Circuit, which doesn't often get used in professional racing. As you can see, Ben Keating in that characteristic car with red, white, and blue on it. Starts off to in it to win it and has a spin in the early going. Here's the onboard from Ralph Gilles. You can see he had a spin in mid-race, but his off-roading skills coming to fruition here as he gets back in it and still stays involved. Still, it's Ryan Shims who wins again. In the second round at Miller Motorsports Park, more side-by-side racing, and this is going to involve Ralph Gilles, but more importantly, Ben Keating takes out Keith Verges. Verges loses very little track position, but unfortunately Keating will retire. This is side-by-side racing towards the back of the pack. You're not likely to see again, as 3 wide down into turn number 1, and the beneficiary of all of that was definitely Solberger. As you can see, Eric Galern did not get the good end of the stick, and then something that rarely happens in the desert, sideways rain, and this cost Keith Verges a finish as he spins out first, and then Jim Stout tries to get into turn number 1 and doesn't quite get it done, as he has a long spin as well, and then as it's drying out, just a little moment from Ralph Gilles, and that'll cost him second place as World Challenge veteran Charles Putnam will take second place, but the win goes again to Ryan Shims.
And that brings us right back here to Spring Mountain Motorsports Ranch. Final 2 rounds of the championship. The 9th round, a great story was Tanner Faust. Another one was this guy, Mike Von Quillick, having a rough ride through the desert. Tanner Faust started dead last, the drifting star up to second by the end of the first lap. This was a section of track that was under yellow. Ben Keating never saw the lights, drove right around everybody. As you can see, got waved off by the starter, not displaying the checkered flag, displayed it to Ryan Shims, and that gave Shims the championship over a hotly pursuing Tanner Faust. And that wraps up this amazing first season of the Dodge Viper Cup, an absolutely beautiful setting to do it. And folks, we are looking forward so much to 2011 in anticipation of the new 2012 Viper and the ongoing legacy of the greatest American supercar ever built. For Tom Natchew, I'm Greg Kramer. It has been a pleasure to bring you this brand new championship. We look forward to doing it for many years to come. Take care, everybody.